This is a money-making guide for the Cycle Frontier. I'm going to cover a few different ways to make good money in this game, from being a beginner or being out of money all the way to what if you have good gear and where could you go to get a ton of money fast. This guide is going to focus on Bright Sand specifically because it's where I have the most experience with the map and I know where most of the things are at this point. The first one might seem obvious, but we need to talk about it. So there is mining. Even if you don't bring a mineral scanner, there are a few areas that are insanely good for quickly racking up a bunch of money. If you leave with a full inventory load of minerals, it is worth a ton of money, and it's easy and fast to get if you know where to go. And it all depends on where you spawn. If you spawn near a good one, just grab it and get out. And if you're just trying to make money, get like 20, 30,000 in just like a few minutes. So there are a few good spots that I'm aware of. There's probably more than this, obviously, so feel free to find your own super pocket somewhere. But I know some pretty good ones. So obviously, East Caverns is going to have stuff, but you might actually run into people because they're expecting to go there. You might run into people doing the same thing. So East Caverns, if you go there, there is going to be a ton. But I know this one spot right where I'm at right now by base camp, there are a ton of minerals all right here, including Titan ore. And then up by the abandoned mine, there's actually a hidden little underground path right where my mouse is on the left, of the entrance of abandoned mine, and you'll be able to get a ton in there just really quickly. So if your evac's in that area, you can quickly just go there, grab it, and get your evac and get out, assuming you don't get killed. And then if you have a key card, then you can go in the abandoned mine and get a ton of Titan ore, which we'll get to in a sec when you talk key cards. But this spot, we have up here, we have nickel. And then if you, there's this path to get over through here and come down to some loot in here and stuff. But then you can come down the rest of the way. And then underneath of this is a bunch of Titan ore, but someone already mined it, which makes me look kind of weird here. It's still a nickel they left behind, but this is a good spot that usually I go to and just grab a bunch of stuff. Oh, here's one still. They missed one. So yeah, we have Titan ore, and then nickel and stuff, and there's usually more than this. But yeah, you can grab these real fast. Grab those ones up there, depending on which way you come in, or just grab the ones down here, and you'll already be halfway to a full inventory load if it's all here, and then just try to evac. But the abandoned mines will be better. So key cards, we need to talk about key cards. So key cards are another insane way to make money because you can put key cards in your safe pockets. It'll just keep on, expanding the safe pockets as you put things in here. So if you get all the key cards, the different key card areas have good loot, but my goodness, the mine is crazy. If you actually get the mine access key, you go to the abandoned mine and you can just really quickly get literally a full inventory of Titan ore plus some random potential rare drops from some chests and stuff in there. Do that, get out, you are good to go, and you've made a ton of money. But what if you don't like mining? So what are some other ways to make money really, really fast? Well, there's two ways, and depends on how good are you at the actual combat part of this game. So I'll start with what if you're not good at combat, what if you are good at combat? If you're not good at combat, then you're still going to do similar thing, but you might just want to go in less geared, basically. So one thing I like to do is either just take nothing, just a backpack, or maybe just take a backpack and some basic a rifle and some ammo and some armor and just go, depending on how skilled you think you are. And then you just, wherever you spawn, say I literally spawned right by waterfalls, and I have an evac right here. You just, as fast as you can, go to the nearest thing that you can loot, literally grab everything, except for ammo, because ammo weighs a ton and is worth nothing, basically. And there's probably some other things I'm not thinking of that are the same kind of situation. But basically anything, if you find insulated, whatever it's called, if you find the chips, if you find copper wire, I forget the exact names of every single item, but all the random little items that you use for crafting, grab them all, just go. Grab them all, go. If you see any enemies that you can easily kill, like the little red striders, just kill them, because they drop spinal, whatever, and it's worth some money. And just fill up your inventory as fast as you can, go to the nearest evac, get out. Repeat, repeat, repeat. That makes money faster than pretty much anything that you can do. And the reason that makes more money than anything else that you can possibly do is because the actual amount of time that it takes you to do all this. So if you go in and you are trying to get the best loot in the game, you're super good, you're top level player at CS:GO and things. The problem is you'll take your time and things take too long. You might be in there for 25 minutes to get a full inventory load, kill a few players, and then get out, and you do all that, and in the best case scenario on the first map, maybe you'll end up with 30,000 to 50,000 K coins worth of loot, and you get out. But if you fill your inventory with literally anything you can find, nickel and composites and copper wire and whatever, and just get out, you'll still have like 15 to 20,000 K coins worth of loot. And if you go to an area that has not been looted yet, you'll be able to fill that up in like 5 minutes or less, hopefully. And if you happen to kill another player, then you'll be done in like just a couple minutes. And then you evac and you go out and you'll make like, it's hard to say, but maybe 20,000 K coins every 5 minutes, every 5 to 10 minutes or something like that. And it's like you could go to the second level and you could just farm, you could just take your time and get the rarest mats ever, but you'll spend 25, 30 minutes, assuming you don't get killed in the process, like in a firefight somewhere, and then you'll get, like, say, best case scenario, what, 50 to 75,000 K coins or something, maybe as high as 100,000 or something, but you're taking, I don't know, it's just such a risk of your time, because you may do it, and it maybe is already looted, and then if it's already looted, you just wasted your time instead, and, you know, so it's like, it's best just go with what you got, loot a bunch of stuff, get out, and then just repeat, and just keep repeating. And you just keep doing that until you have a ton of money. But what else can you do for money in this game quickly, like as fast as possible? Just get K coins. Well, there's more stuff I have to talk about, but the next one that I'm going to talk about is, what if you're actually just really good at the game? What if you are like super pro at CSGO? What if you're Shroud? What if you're one of those people and you just kill anybody you see, no problem? If you feel that way, then it's going to be a combination of what I already said, combined with knowing where to go. So generally, you'll just go to whatever places have valuable loot, but you'll also just loot as fast as physically possible. You'll kill anybody you see, you'll take their loot as well, and then you'll just get out. So for example, I spawned by jungle, although my evacs were not in the right place to go to jungle. So realistically, I would just take everything in the dig site parking lot, get out, kill anybody I see. Maybe I'd go to abandoned mine if I have the key card, and get a bunch of Titan ore, and then just get out, and then just repeat, as if you're trying to get money fast. But, you know, for example, if I was spawned where I did, and if my evac was anywhere in the bottom left, then I'd be like, okay, jungle camp and crash ship, they have really good loot. So, while I'm also doing what I'm already doing, I can kill all the enemies in the jungle on my way, take all their stuff if it's worth anything, the ones that are worth more, and then also go by the crash ship and the jungle camp, and just loot the hell out of them. If I see any players, I just kill them, and then evac as fast as I can like a speedrun. So if you're insanely good at the game, and your only objective is to just get money, then just do that. That's going to make you way more money than anything else you can do. You can't selectively get very specific loot and then just somehow win out. I mean, obviously there are things to drop that are worth less and worth more, like jewelry is worth more than a circuit board, obviously, but so you're going to min-max as you go through, and you'll learn as you play what things are worth more than others. Generally, though, the color is almost the main determinant of what something is worth. But it's something that just takes time. You just, when you go to sell, just see what it's worth and get a feel for each of the individual things. And before long, you'll just know what to do. Another thing to look out for if you're trying to make money, I can't really see them from where I'm at, but there are meteor strikes. If you're experienced at this game at all, you'll know what I'm talking about. They'll have trails in the sky. There's the trail. And if you happen to be within range at all to go grab them, you grab them and they're worth an obscene amount of money, but other players are running at them too, so be prepared to fight other players for them. So then that brings me to my last situation to talk about here. So what if you just like want to get money and you aren't good, you're out of money or something, and you just want to guarantee get some money? Well, the number one way to do that is going to be with what's called old currency, which you've probably seen already. Now, you can put an infinite amount of this into your safe pockets. So then you could wonder, where can I get a bunch of old currency? Now, this one's only for like you need to get saved basically because you're just out of money or something, or someplace that just gives a lot of old currency. Well, one place in particular that gives an absurd amount of old currency, because there's a lot of safes and jackets that you can find it in, is the jungle camp. Generally, you'll get like 3,000 to 6,000 old currency every single time you go to the jungle camp. So that's one thing. If you want to run a route that runs through there because for some reason you just want raw, cold, hard cash, you can always do that and get a guaranteed safe amount of money that you'll always extract with every single run, that if you come in very unequipped, it will always pay for your run. Other than that, it's basically just try to get loot as fast as you can, and specifically actual loot, like grenades and stims and ammo and guns don't sell for very much compared to their weight. So you're really after things like jewelry and metallic alloys and salvage installation and whatever. I think attachments don't sell for very much either. I don't remember actually offhand, so just check them out. But yeah, literally just fill your inventory with whatever you can get your hands on fast. If you see something to mine, just mine it. If you see some loot, grab it. If you kill a player, take everything he's got. If you're even close to a full load, then start heading to your evac, get out, repeat, and you'll be able to make more money per hour doing that than just about anything else you could do in this game. But wait, there's more. We're not quite done yet. So another thing to think about is the weight of the item. So if you do find yourself on a run where you're still on the way to your evac, but your inventory is full, how do you decide what to drop and what not to drop? Now, this is something you're gonna have to memorize, and if you want me to like make a full list myself and try to give it to you, let me know in the comments, and I maybe will make a video specifically with the highest ranking items in the game as far as weight to value. But when you go to your storage, you can just look at your, different items, and the easiest way to find out the weight to money ratio, like, because it's confusing because at 10 and 4 and whatever, and you don't have to divide all that. All you have to do, mouse over, and on the right, you'll see 50 weight and 5,000 K coins. So you can then see this is around 100 K coins per weight. And that's like the way to get the ratio. And from there, you can just look at all your stuff and get a feel for what's worth what. So like altered nickel is worth more than 100 per weight by a decent amount. The brittle titan ore is almost 200 per weight, so that's insanely good. This one's even better, I think almost 3, it looks like, 300 per weight. And then you get some like this one, they're worth 1,000 per weight. And this one worth, is that 2,000 per weight? Or I don't know, whatever the math. This one's, jewelry's insane, for example. This one is pretty good. And obviously any blue is on average gonna be crazy, but it's really about the greens and the grays. Like the Azure tree bark, terrible ratio. 35 pounds to 750. Like, I'm not going to divide that right now, but it's bad. It's really bad. So like you'll go through these, and if you want to eventually memorize, then you'll get them memorized. Like the nutritional bars, insane, right? They're actually absurd. Like 500 K coins per weight. So again, if you guys want me to make like a full exhaustive video as to like the best possible ratio loots as far as weight to money or something like that, just let me know and I'll look into making something like that. But there are just like good things and bad things. So generally, rare data drives, great. Once I get to green, not so great. Gray, obviously terrible. Spinal bases are decent actually. 100 per weight is like a good baseline, and they're at 100 per weight. And again, twinkles are insane, and then any kind of rattler eyes are decent. And it's just, I don't know, any of these rare ones, but you don't want to use the hardened bone plates because they're used in crafting later on for some crazy stuff. But any of that stuff, like it's just, yeah, figure out your weight to K-coin ratio, and eventually over time you'll have enough of it memorized that you'll know what to drop when you need to drop stuff in order to make room for other stuff, so you can maximize your time. Which then gets me to my last point that I really, really want to make in this video, okay? And I kind of already touched on this point, and I want to reiterate this point because I've done with money-making videos in the past in other video games, and there's a huge chunk of the audience that never seems to quite wrap their heads around a concept. So I'm going to really try to, take this issue home for you guys so you understand. It's really about how much money can you make per time spent. And in that, you have to include the how long does it take for you to drop? How long does it take for you to put your inventory away? How long does it take for you to get re-geared and get back out? Like, how long does the entire cycle go? Like, if you were fully focused, not taking breaks, and you set a timer and you just played, and after a certain amount of time, you stop the timer, how much money did you make? That's what you really should be focused on if your only goal is money. No quest, no nothing, literally just making K-coins. Then that is how you need to think about it. That's why it's not that crazy to go over to the rare, like the more difficult map. It's not like it's going to be that insane unless you consistently get out alive. It's not like it's going to be super crazy if you get out of Bright Sands with 60,000 K coins worth of stuff if it takes you half an hour to get it. It's much better. It's so much better to just see where you land, assuming you're only trying to get K coins, to see where you land, see where the nearest evac is, what things are in a direct path there, run as fast as you can to each one, grabbing as fast as you can everything that's valuable, dropping things that aren't, and then killing anybody you can, or just avoiding them if you're not good, and then just get to your evac and go. And just do it as fast as you can. Is going to make you way more money than being meticulous and fighting players and getting in tactical fights, and next thing you know, spend 25 minutes and you've got 70,000 coins, K coins worth of stuff, and maybe spend 35 minutes and you got 70,000 K coins worth of stuff. Or, assuming you didn't die, you could have done 4 to 5 runs of 30,000 K coins just running straight through someplace, grabbing everything, killing one guy, and getting out. So that's really the takeaway from making money in this game. It's really about efficiency and averages, because sometimes you'll die. Things aren't always going to go the same. The loot's not going to be the same every time. So it's just about how to minimize and maximize your risks versus rewards per time spent. So hopefully this video helped you understand the right way to go about it in this game if you're just trying to get money. And if you're trying to get money, as in you literally are failing to make any money on your runs on average because of dying and different things, I include some safety strats. You can go jungle camp and get just straight up dollars. You can go in with just a knife and a backpack. I actually love knife backpack runs. They're really fun for me to play like a rat. It's actually really fun to do sometimes just for fun. And there's lots of ways to get money and come up net positive over what you spend. So yeah, hopefully it helped you out. Hopefully now you have a better idea of how to make money in the Cycle Frontier.